And I was just asked a question that I have been meaning to talk about. And so I am coming live to share my thoughts. So the question was for a podcast interview, Martine's Musings. It'll be live in July, but I'm really enjoying having some interviews and being on that side of the receiver side of the mic, because I usually am on the host side of the mic. But anyway, the question was, what do you do for self-care and what is your daily routine? And I really have a different way of looking at this because, as we all probably have done, we've looked at a lot of coaches' recommendations and different diets and different things like that. And what I kind of developed through working with my own energy as a woman who's, sometimes I have more energy and sometimes I have less energy. I'm sure you know something about that. It really became, well, how do I meet my edge and hold myself accountable and make progress on a daily basis, regardless of, a routine? Because sometimes routine just didn't feel good to me. I like to feel good, but I also like to make progress. I like to hold myself accountable. So in the process of my life and my entrepreneurial journey, I developed something called Structure and Flow. And Structure and Flow is really a 90-day system for women to optimize their time and their energy according to feminine and masculine energy. That's what I do. But there's a component of Structure and Flow that replaces the daily routine, replaces any standard daily routine, and gives you full accountability for your own next level. Who doesn't love that? Can we handle the accountability for our own next level? We better be able to. So here's how it goes. And this is what I just told Martine from Martine's Musings podcast. Okay, so it's 4 areas. We're looking at 4 areas. I call this the PEMS, which isn't going to make any sense to you until I tell you what the 4 areas are. So the 4 areas are physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And that's our framework. That's our structure for what am I doing with daily routine? What am I doing, today or this week or this month, whatever, goal you want to set for yourself. What am I doing in these 4 areas? Physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And then you meet yourself at your next level in each of those 4 areas every single day. You can set an hour and do them all inside of that hour if you want that structure of like a daily routine inside of that time frame. Hello, thanks for watching. Or, you might do them over the course of the day. And it might be different on Monday than it is on Tuesday and Wednesday, given your schedule and what you're feeling. And that's fine. You're meeting yourself at your next level every day in 4 areas: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, PEMS. Okay. So you can write this in your planner. You can think about it. Like, what am I going to do? And so, I just shared with her in this interview, like, what am I doing right now? What am I doing right now? And that's my routine. And I know that I'm meeting my own edges. Now, we have a problem if we're not willing to meet our own edges. That's something else. But I believe that we all can, because we're all accountable and we're, ever conscious beings, especially if you're, here watching this. I know that you can take accountability for your life. So right now in the physical realm, I'm just going to share what I'm doing. And maybe that'll inspire someone to start looking at your daily routine without pressure. Fuck pressure. Okay. So physically, right now I am doing some belly, just love, belly love, dietary supplements, really upgrading my digestion. And I'm also getting into nature a lot, because I have a 1-year-old dog and she reminds me that we love to be in the woods. And so that changes the game for my energy and my focus. So that's my physical. That's pretty consistent right now. And then there are lots of other things depending on the day, depending on how I'm feeling, what part of the monthly cycle I'm in, etc. Emotional, I am really into the emotional freedom technique and tapping again right now, because I really got into human design this month. Again, I was really, again, looking at the optimization of energy because I love to think about the optimization of energy, but not overworking. It's like, how do we optimize prosperity, but doing it in a new way, right? So I was looking at human design, and I have emotional authority in my chart, which means I'm supposed to make every decision based on my emotions and the emotional wave. And so I started to do the emotional freedom technique again to help me get into more of a relationship with what those emotions are. So I'm meeting myself at my next level in the category of emotion. Other examples for what to do in that emotion category could be journaling every morning, like the morning pages. Just like anything where you're going inward for yourself. I would call that the emotional category. If you're interested, by the way, in structure and flow and this whole framework, it is available as a digital course with a physical workbook option on sarahpoet.com. It's amazing. Okay. And then third category, mental. Okay, so this is anywhere we're doing like meditation, focus practices, mindfulness. And so right now I am really practicing using the quantum field, like quantum manifestation, like Joe Dispenza's work. And so that's where I am in that third category of personal accountability. And then fourth category, spiritual. Okay, where do you hold yourself accountable to your next level in a spiritual way? And I'm always doing this with the reunification of feminine masculine on a spiritual level. Really was just working with this, inquiry around Father's Day with like, what is the divine masculine? I also talked about that in the Martine Musings podcast today. If you're interested in that journey as a woman of like, what is my relationship to the divine masculine? That can be a spiritual practice that you have. And I also do Kundalini yoga a lot, a couple times a week, because it really helps to open me up to the intuition of the divine and those kinds of things. So spiritual practices, I think that's pretty self-explanatory, what that looks like. But yeah, and maybe it's like, maybe going into the woods is a spiritual practice for you, right? Like maybe you go into the woods and you sit and meditate instead of like filling your head with, listening to news or podcasts or something like that and always having to go, go, go. Like maybe you combine a couple of these, right? So of course our physical and our spiritual or our mental can go together, right? So sometimes those activities are going to like cross off multiple boxes. But the point is, you don't need someone else to give you a daily routine. You don't need someone else to give you a diet. You, at all times, connected to the truth of who you are going to have the answers about what is the best thing for you next. And when you get into a practice of really attuning to the self and following even the slightest little nudge of intuition, you're going to find that it leads to really, really big things. So please do not override your intuition. And, maybe you have an intuition to rest or go to a yoga class that's very calming. And then someone else in your life who is, very interested in running or working out very hard, you have a conversation and all of a sudden you start judging yourself. Well, I can't go to my slow yoga class because this friend is telling me how much weight they're losing with their big rigorous practice. And so you choose to do that instead of going to the yin yoga. You overrode your intuition and it might actually backfire and have the opposite effect for you. So you don't need someone else to give you their version of a daily routine. But here, I just gave you a structure for how to determine your own and how to incorporate intuition into your decision making and accountability for your own daily practice: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. If you try it, try it for a week, try it for a month, reach out to me and let me know how it goes. You can find me at sarahpoet.com. And if you are interested in structure and flow, which is like the bigger picture, that incorporates the PEMS, then you can find that as a digital course. You can reach out to me about doing one-on-one coaching and working through that and really going deep into the feminine masculine integration. Whatever. You can reach out to me if and when you're ready. So I hope this serves. I hope you have a wonderful day and meet yourself at your next level. And, everything will be good when we learn to do that and when we honor that truth that's arising in us. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.